Bro, Chicago just turned its Christmas tree lighting into a Call of Duty lobby. Yeah, I wish that was a joke. What was supposed to be a peaceful, picture perfect holiday night flipped into full on chaos right in the heart of downtown. So here's how it starts. It's a Friday evening in Chicago's Loop. The Christmas tree lighting ceremony just wrapped up. The streets are packed families, tourists, kids with hot cocoa, people taking photos like it's some winter wonderland. Right in the middle of all that stands a 14-year-old boy Chicago local, name not released yet, just trying to enjoy the night like everyone else. And then the entire atmosphere changes in one instant. Gunfire cuts through the crowd. People freeze, then scatter. Decorations swinging. Parents yelling for their kids. The whole holiday vibe shatters in seconds. Police who were already patrolling the area move in immediately, trying to figure out where the shots came from while everyone around them is trying not to get trampled. Chicago basically said, "Festive season? Yeah, let's interrupt that." Right after people started running, police started moving toward the sound of the gunfire. This wasn't miles away. This was right off North State Street, literally steps from the Chicago Theater, the big neon sign landmark everybody knows. Officers get there and find 7 people down with gunshot wounds. 7. All different ages, all caught in the middle of a crowd that was supposed to be enjoying the night. Here's the surprising part. Most of them survived. According to Chicago Fire Department, 6 ended up in good condition and 1 in fair condition. Every single one was taken to nearby hospitals for treatment. People described it as instant panic. 1 second they're taking photos under the lights, the next second they're sprinting through the streets like they're trying to get out of a movie scene that doesn't make sense. And the wildest detail. Police didn't get called to the scene, they were already nearby. They heard the gunfire with their own ears while patrolling the crowd. It's rare, it's chaotic, and it's honestly unbelievable that this even happened during a holiday celebration. You'd think one shooting during a holiday event would be the end of it, right? Nope. Chicago decided the night needed a sequel. Less than 1 hour later, still the same evening, still downtown officers get rushed to another scene. This time on South Dearborn Street, not far from the first shooting. Same crowds, same holiday decorations, same confusion. And it's here that tragedy hits even harder. Police find a 14-year-old boy with multiple gunshot wounds. He's rushed to the hospital, but doctors can't save him. The city confirms his passing shortly after. Next to him is an 18-year-old man with a leg wound taken to the hospital in serious condition. He survives, but the whole scene is just heartbreaking. People at the Christmas tree lighting are walking back toward buses and trains thinking the night is over, and then they hear sirens again. More police tape, more chaos, more families running. 2 shootings, 2 different streets, less than 1 hour apart, right after one of the biggest holiday events Chicago hosts every year. The night went from a celebration to a full citywide emergency before anyone even understood what was happening. Now imagine thousands of people downtown thinking the night is wrapping up. Kids holding snacks, parents carrying shopping bags, tourists recording every shiny decoration like it's a movie set. And then the streets suddenly flip. Witnesses said the sound of gunfire echoed between the buildings, which made it impossible to tell where it came from. Some people thought it was fireworks, some thought it was a car backfiring. Others realized instantly what it was, and that's when the real panic hit. Whole groups sprinted in different directions. People ducked behind planters. Families grabbed kids and ran without even knowing where they were going. It was pure confusion layered over holiday lights and Christmas music. First responders were trying to push through crowds going in the opposite direction. Fire trucks stuck in the middle of holiday traffic. Officers yelling instructions that half the crowd couldn't hear because everyone was screaming over each other. Chicago's biggest holiday celebration turned into a citywide scramble in seconds. Nobody was ready for this. Nobody even understood it. And the fact that it happened right after a family-friendly event made everyone even angrier, scared, and exhausted. Chicago police were already thick in the area because of the massive Christmas tree lighting. So when the first round of gunfire hit, they didn't need a call, they were already moving. Officers locked down North State Street, then immediately had to split units for the second scene on South Dearborn. Two active investigations, two crime scenes, thousands of people still wandering around trying to understand why holiday music suddenly had sirens mixed into the soundtrack. Detectives started the usual drill: interview whoever wasn't running, check nearby cameras, figure out what direction the shots came from, and most importantly, try to determine whether these two shootings were connected or just horrible timing. But here's the detail that frustrated everyone. Authorities confirmed no suspects were taken into custody that night. No arrests, no one detained, no leads publicly announced. Two shootings, 9 victims. One of them a 14-year-old boy who didn't make it. And the city still searching for whoever pulled the trigger. Here's the part that hit people the hardest: this didn't happen on some empty street or late at night in a forgotten alley. This happened during one of Chicago's biggest holiday traditions. Earlier that same evening, the city lit its massive Christmas tree in Millennium Park. The whole downtown was buzzing. Families had planned this for weeks. Schools brought kids. Couples took photos under the lights. It was the kind of night that's supposed to remind you everything's okay for a moment. And because the celebration pulled in such a huge crowd, there were way more people in the area than usual. More kids, more parents, more tourists who didn't even know where they were running when the panic started. When something violent happens in a place that feels safe, it hits different. And when it involves someone as young as 14, it hits harder than anyone wants to admit. People weren't just scared, they were angry. Angry that a night meant for joy turned into another national headline. Angry that a kid's life ended in a place where nobody should ever have to worry about danger. Chicago didn't just lose its holiday vibe. It lost its sense of safety, even if just for one night. Now, here's where the story gets even more unsettling. After 2 chaotic scenes, 9 victims, and thousands of witnesses, the city wakes up the next morning to the same update from police. No suspects identified, no arrests, no public description of who might be responsible. That's what scares people more than anything. In a crowd that size, someone saw something, someone heard something, cameras caught something, yet detectives still don't have a public lead. And because the two shootings happened so close together, both in the loop, both during the same event, both involving young victims, the obvious question hangs in the air. Was this random chaos? Or was somebody intentionally firing into crowds on a holiday night? The city doesn't have the answer yet, and until investigators piece together what really went down, all anyone can do is replay the night in their minds and hope the next update from police is something solid. Chicago hates unsolved cases, especially ones involving kids. This one is sitting at the top of the list. When you zoom out and look at the whole night, it hits you. 2 shootings, 9 victims, crowds dressed for the holidays suddenly running for their lives, and a 14-year-old kid who never made it home. But here's the part that really sticks: the same decorations that were supposed to make people feel safe and festive ended up lighting the scene for one of the city's darkest evenings. The same families who came out to watch the Christmas tree glow went home with police tape stuck to their shoes. And the twist? Chicago had thousands of people out there, and yet the person responsible for the tragedy walked away unnoticed, blending back into the same crowd they just terrified. A holiday night meant to bring everyone together turned into a reminder that even in the brightest places, danger can hide in plain sight. And until detectives get that break in the case, the whole story sits there in the back of people's minds, making every holiday event feel a little less comfortable than the year before.